I just paid a $4,000 hospital bill in cash on purpose, while the exact money to cover it sat in an account 3 feet away that I refused to touch. I'm at the pharmacy counter holding the receipt for an appendectomy, the kind of bill most people swipe their benefits card for without thinking. Instead, I paid out of pocket, dropped the receipt in a shoebox on a growing stack, and walked away. Here's what nobody tells you. By the time I'm 65, that box of paper will let me pull money out of an account the government is not allowed to tax. Not the deposit, not the growth, not the withdrawal, nothing. And the one decision that turned that account from a piggy bank into 800 grand was a single click I had never made, sitting in my benefits screen the whole time in a box I'd been swiping to zero every December. That account is the health savings account. Before I show you why that one click is worth $717,598, I have to show you the lie. The strange thing is, nobody had to invent it. Your own HR department sells it for free on the open enrollment screen as a smart way to save on taxes for your medical bills. The employer drops in a little money, hands you a debit card, and you swipe it for copays until the balance is near zero by December. You did exactly what the brochure told you, and it felt responsible. That is the lie, and it's more dangerous than any guru pitch because it does not feel like a pitch, it feels like the adult thing to do. And the data says almost everybody believes it. Across 14.5 million real accounts, more than half took money out in 1 year. 1/3 withdrew more than they put in. The average year-end balance was just $4,747, and only 15% invested a single dollar in anything but cash. The marketing worked. So let me show you what each choice does to the money, all in today's dollars. Take a family that maxes the account every year. The 2026 family limit is $8,750. Over 30 years, that's $262,500 of their own money going in. Watch the paths split. Path 1 is the brochure path. You spend it down. The average account holder pulls out around $1,800 a year, and the balance never climbs past that $4,747. So after 30 years, the compounding is nothing. A small deduction this year, and you keep nothing. Path 2 is the discipline path, and this one stings because these people think they're winning. You save every dollar and never spend a cent, but you leave it in the default cash sleeve, earning 0.05%. Over 30 years, that money crawls to $264,412 on paper. Adjust for 3% inflation, and it's worth just $108,934 today. The cash default quietly destroyed $153,566 of real value. The Federal Consumer Financial Protection Bureau studied this exact setup and warned that consumers could incur significantly more in fees than they earn in interest. A regulator looked at the safe choice and called it value destroying. Now hold that $108,000 in your head because Path 3 is the same account, same contributions, one different setting. Instead of cash, you invest it in a low-cost index fund earning 7% real, what the S&P 500 has returned after inflation across every long window. After 30 years, the account holds $826,532. Of that, $564,032 is pure growth, and not $1 of it's ever taxed. Not going in, not while it compounds, not coming out. As long as it goes to a qualified medical expense, no other account in the tax code does all three. So watch what you actually built. You stacked the same $8,750 a year for 30 years, and one setting decide whether that stack stayed a brick of cash or became a tower. $826,532 invested against $108,934 left in cash. The tower you build for free just by flipping the toggle is $717,598. Sit with that for a second. Same account, same contributions, one setting most people never click. That is the Shoebox. And there's a fourth leg almost nobody mentions. Fund the account straight out of your paycheck under a Section 125 cafeteria plan, and the contribution also dodges the 7.65% payroll tax. On $8,750, that is $669 a year that no Roth, no IRA, not even a 401k can save you. This is not a triple, it's a quadruple. I'm not going to pretend this works for everyone. It only builds wealth if a few things are true. You have to be eligible, on a high deductible plan, and off Medicare, and reasonably healthy. And here's the real hinge the brochure never mentions. You need enough other cash to pay your medical bills out of pocket so the account stays invested and compounding. That's the Shoebox, a wealth play, not a healthcare play. And if that's not you, you need to hear it too. With high chronic costs, the account correctly becomes a tax-advantaged checking account. Useful, but not wealth. A San Diego teacher named Madison Burgess told a reporter this year, "I did not know what a deductible was, so I went with what was cheap, and now I have regret." Her plan covers almost nothing until she spent $5,800 of her own money. And if a surprise year forces a family to the out-of-pocket maximum of $17,000 and drains the account, the whole thing collapses. If that's you, this is not yours yet. Before you place it in your lineup, there are 2 rules that turn the Shoebox from a trick into a fortress, and neither one is in the brochure. The first is that the IRS puts no deadline on paying yourself back. As long as the expense happened after the account was opened, you can hold a receipt for 1 year or for 30. Let the money compound untouched the whole time and reimburse yourself tax-free whenever you choose. That appendectomy receipt from the start of this video is a tax-free withdrawal I get to take decades from now, at whatever size the account has grown to by then. The second rule is the escape hatch. Before 65, rating the account for anything that is not medical costs you income tax plus a 20% penalty. So do not. So where does it belong in the lineup? First, always the 401k up to the full employer match. A 50% match on the first 6% of your salary is an instant 50% return, and that same money invested reaches over $2 million in 30 years, but every dollar comes out taxed. Second is the HSA, the only account tax-free on all 3 legs, plus that payroll dodge. Third, the Roth IRA, which on the same basis reaches $708,456. Excellent, but one notch below the HSA because the Roth never gives you the deduction going in. Match first, HSA second, Roth third. So here's the real question. It was never which account is best, it's always what that little plastic card really is. The most powerful retirement account in the tax code is the one your employer handed you free, labeled as a way to pay for Band-Aids. It's not a debit card for the doctor, it's a coupon for a tax the government will never get to charge you again, and right now you throw it in the trash at the register. Go open your benefits screen tonight, find the box that says invest, and flip it from cash. That's the whole move. The same $8,750 you were already putting in. Do it before you close this tab and forget, because every December you wait is one more year of tower you never get back. Stop treating the most powerful account you own like a checking account. Start treating it like the last dollar you ever let the government tax. That is the income mission. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one, where I expose the guaranteed 7% your insurance agent swore was safe, the one you can never actually withdraw.